the reasons to do push ups in your 30s is also the reason why doing push ups in your 30s can be so darn difficult. And here's what to expect. So, going forward, if you have just started a fitness journey, a calisthenics journey, any kind of strengthening arena of endeavor, okay, this is what it could look like just starting out. Because I have to warm up my wrists and my arms for probably a good 3 to 5 minutes before I hop into any push up sets. So, if you're 30 and lived an adventurous lifestyle, meaning you've done mileage to your body, maybe some damage, and I looked it up, and it's something like 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 4 people have some kind of nagging shoulder injury. And we all know shoulder injuries can travel throughout the body, leading to upper trap pain, elbow pain, and wrist pain. And doing these warm ups, like you see here that I'm doing, makes your life in push up land so much easier. Okay. So you can skip all the warm ups you want, pick a pile on the ground, get down there and start pushing the earth away from you. That's okay. But in your 30s, I highly recommend warming up the wrists, get rotation in there, do some circles. I like to do circles because it's a little more dynamic versus a static stretch. Because you're getting ready for dynamic work, I think you should be stretching and moving. Get some blood flow in there. Putting my wrist down too, that hurts a lot. My wrists are a part on me that are not very flexible. I think just I hold stiffness in some joints, and the wrist is one of them for me. But anyway, so push-ups in your 30s is a guide to becoming superhuman. And here's why. It allows you to be time poor. What does this mean? Time poor means, let's say you're a fellow dad like me. If you're in your 30s and watching this and are a male or a woman, most likely you have a kid. If you don't have kids yet, you have a bit more time to exercise. It's just is what it is. These aren't excuses. They just are what they are. So if you're time poor and only have 30 minutes a day, or maybe 30 minutes every other day, again, pick a spot on the ground, move the earth away from you for about 30 minutes. See where that gets your upper body potential. It works a lot. For me, personally, I get more of a pump from this kind of stuff than bench press work. Because now, time poor is extra worse. Because now you got to find a gym to go to. Now you got to fight the traffic. You got to fight the people. Maybe literally. No, don't literally fight people. I'm saying you got to fight them off machines. So the time poor individual can pick a spot on the ground and get to work and bust out some riggedy reps. So maybe you're 30 or over and your joints just aren't what they used to be. You get midway down a push-up and it's just a searing pain, like someone's poking a fireplace poker in your shoulder or your elbow or, the front part of your wrists. And it's just diabolical to do that. I think this is a great opportunity for you to work and get your mobility back. That way you can continue to do push-ups for the remainder of your life. Because I think this is a valuable human movement to do. Because what happens if you fall, right? These train you to be better at falling. It's snowy out where I'm at. People fall all the time. If you fall face forward, it's not recommended you catch with your wrist, but it's a human drive to throw your hands out when you fall. You're going to catch them on your wrist and your hands. It's nice to know you have this backup support to protect your head and face if you happen to fall. So, as far as a fall risk individual, push-ups, game changer. So I would venture you to work on your mobility and your hand strength. Leading me to weight management. What if you're too heavy, top heavy, to do push ups? Well, again, this is exact reason why you should be trying to pursue a life where you can do push ups. You might be overweight, and by the sheer virtue that you want to get on the ground and do 30 push ups with your body weight will force you to lose the excess poundages along your chest, back, and waist. It's a must. It has to happen. I weigh over 200 pounds. I'm not your typical lean looking calisthenics athlete, okay? I'm not the typical person you would see doing calisthenics workouts online or on the YouTube fitness influencer stage, because all those guys are sub 10% body fat, some even lower than that, okay? And they get this lean so they can show off their body while doing calisthenics. Again, none of these are excuses, but it's the reality of starting calisthenics or a fitness journey in your 30s. You may have accrued some extra weight that you need to get rid of, or don't need, or don't want. And if you don't want to change your lifestyle as far as food and eating goes, then the push-up world is just going to be just that much harder for you. And I have experienced this as I have been aging. It's because I have put on a few extra pounds that I don't want. You can see it in my stomach in this video here. This is completely uncut. I put in everything that you need to see for realistic push-ups. Now, I do have a history and background in fitness, so I've been doing push-ups my whole life, but I also haven't been over 200 pounds my whole life. That recently happened like 5 years ago. It was normally like, the 170s, 180s, 190s. And I can do endurance style push-ups at those weights. But once you get higher into the body weight and body fat, moving your own body gets hard. And it's stressful to see people go through that and end up not being able to move their body. So I implore you, if you start a calisthenics journey wanting to get good at push-ups, I think it is going to force you to lose some of that excess body weight and body fat. So as Ryan Holiday likes to put it, the obstacle is the way. All right? And it's absolutely true. You may also not have the means at your disposal. This video can reach a vast amount of people with a vast amount of backgrounds, and you may not have a gym nearby or accessible. It doesn't mean you can't just, again, pick a nice little space of real estate on the ground and just get to work moving the earth away from you like all the superheroes do. It's time for us, I think, to raise our standards a bit and get good at doing our body weight movements first. Then we can target the weights. It's actually how I started too. If you watched my dip video, where I claim that the dip is the upper body squat, which everyone's been claiming that forever. It's not just my claim. Anyway, if you watch that video, I tell you how I started off on the P90X system with Tony Horton. And I started basically with body weight, pull-ups, and push-ups. And when I went to do my first bench press max at my high school gym, it was already 205. And it was easy. I probably could have done 210, 215, right? But the coach was like, we're going to stop you at 205. That way, next time we check, you have room for improvement. And then he winked at me. That was pretty cool, because most people in high school can't bench 205 yet. They can't even break the 200 mark, and I was 15, 16. Now, you hear of anomalies that can do a lot more than that. I'm not claiming I'm the best genetically gifted person. I just put the work in on the ground. I did the push-ups enough to do a bench press, just doing one of them being at 205. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate you. And also, you're probably wondering, what the heck kind of push-up was I doing in the beginning? Those are called Japanese push-ups. So they're like having your feet elevated, but you really drastically arch your back and bow your back. That way, most of your chest is what gets worked. it kind of mimics like how a decline feels, but you have that added difficulty of having your feet up. That way, your core has to support you, even though you're in that bowed back position. It honestly felt amazing. Like the chest pump from that one felt so good, more than any other push up does, because any other push up, in my opinion, hits the front delt more. But my chest is going to be completely smoked from this. And going in, my chest was already kind of sore from the dip workout. I personally like to try to get over 150 reps every push up workout I do. I kind of strive to aim for 30 reps a set. That's just me. I'm a bit more advanced. If you're just starting out with calisthenics or just starting out with push ups, do what you can, but do them. You will thank yourself later. And here I'm contemplating life. I'm doing these static holds, finishing out, just making sure I'm burning out every ounce of fiber I have left in my chest, shoulders, triceps, and even back muscles here. So, in conclusions, every reason you should be doing them is a reason to be doing them. Every reason there is not to do them in your 30s is a reason you ought to be doing them in your 30s. So this video is about raising the standard of what you can do with your body weight at any given moment of your life. None of these are real excuses, but going forward, if you're 30 and over, push-ups are going to be a challenge for you. Not much of an, again, I'm not trying to do excuses. I'm just telling you the cold hard facts of it all. Especially if you're just starting a fitness journey, they are the ticket to becoming more mobile, having a better upper body, losing some weight, and getting you to where you need to be. Once again, you are all appreciated. If you got this far, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Helps me out, helps me to face plant like you see here on camera. And I am Dunsky, just like you saw right there.